Washington did a lot of strategic withdrawals. He did a lot of strategic retreats in keeping his army alive from the major superpower of the time, the British Army. And so they gave up New York, but of course in those days, in the late 18th century, it was traditional for armies to take a winter break.
Exactly.
Even if regardless of what was going on with the war and whatnot, because they didn't have any tanks or Humvees or other ways to get around, or mostly keep warm. Most of the armies would have winter quarters.
Yeah. Well, take off and relax and assume again at a later time.
Yeah. So it was traditional, kind of in the European tradition, and kind of the gallantry kind of thing that everybody would come to a conclusion that it's good. We're going to take the winter off, and in the spring we'll start fighting again.
Right.
But Washington's problem was that most of his troops, their enlistments, were going to be up, and on the 1st of January in 1777, and so he needed to do something. He couldn't afford the luxury of taking the winter off, because he would have come out of the winter with essentially nobody.
Exactly, nothing left.
Yeah, and so that's when he came up with this incredibly bold and, at that time, unknown plan to launch a winter offensive.
Right.
A winter offensive, and there was something else that the revolution needed at the time, because mostly there'd been losses. They'd not been very successful on the battlefield, and so there'd mostly been losses. So they needed a victory, and he needed to do something with the army before he lost it.